Missed it more than I ever thought I would. I actually cried because I missed it so much. A dear friend, Mary Louise Williams, who was a pianist and not an athlete, felt sorry for me, and at great risk to her hands, she said, "Heidi, I'll play with you." So we went out back of Curtis Hall and threw a ball back and forth. She was a good sport, but it just wasn't the same.
Then, as now, Cedar Crest did not encourage reaping. It encouraged problem solving. So Miss Haddon said, "Heidi, why don't you organize a club team?" That first team was not easy to recruit. When we took the field for the first and only game that year, I think only 3 players had ever held a lacrosse stick before. Our opponent for that one and only game of Cedar Crest's very first lacrosse season was Muhlenberg College. I don't remember who won and who lost, but I do remember the appalled look on the officials' face when they arrived at the game and discovered that the Cedar Crest groundskeepers, who had never set up a lacrosse field before, had placed the goal cages so that the triangular end was facing the field rather than the square end. We were less than 5 minutes into the game when a whistle blew and the officials stopped play because a Cedar Crest player had run through the crease. When play resumed, the player sidled up to me and whispered, "Heidi, what's a crease?" It was not an auspicious beginning, but look at how far the lacrosse program has come since then. After I graduated from Cedar Crest, Miss Haddon invited me to be the assistant coach for the field hockey team, and I volunteered to coach the lacrosse team, which was still a club sport at that time. I missed playing sports myself, but much to my surprise, I discovered the joy of coaching, especially at a Division III school, where women who had not considered themselves athletes because they had not had much of an opportunity to play sports in high school took a risk, tried sports, and learned to love them. As Cedar Crest's athletics program becomes more competitive, I hope that serious athletes will no longer weep for lack of opportunity. But I also hope that women who have not had an opportunity to play sports in high school will discover how much fun and how satisfying they can be. At a place where a klutzy basketball player such as myself can be inducted into an athletic hall of fame, all things are possible. Go Falcons!
Thank you, Heidi. And now I'd like to welcome to the mic our Associate Athletic Director, Ty Taylor.
Good evening. I can't imagine Sherman punching cookies after a loss. I would definitely like to punch some people in their cookies after they lose. Man, I thought I was done for tonight. All right. Welcome, family and friends, to Cedar Crest College. Obviously, my name is Ty Taylor, Associate Director of Athletics, Head Basketball and Cross Country Coach. Tonight, I've been afforded the opportunity, the privilege of presenting Mary Gillespie Whalen to you for her induction into the Cedar Crest College Athletic Hall of Fame. To say what Mary Gillespie Whalen has accomplished in her 4 years at Cedar Crest is nothing less than amazing, especially when you look at the rosters from those 4 years and you couldn't tell that each and every year she had enough players to play. 1 year it was 5 players, 1 year it was 11, it was back to 6. So I definitely know what she went through over the course of her time here. What she's accomplished, she's one of 10 1,000-point scorers. We added our 10th this year in program's history. So as a 4-year starter, she's compiled 1,197 career points. In her sophomore season, she's averaged 21 points per game, ranking her 18th in the nation in scoring. She's the 4-time recipient of the team MVP, 4-time All-Pennsylvania Athletic Conference team selection. In her junior and senior season, she served the team as captain, was named the Pennsylvania Athletic Conference Player of the Week multiple times. And in her final season, she received the athletic department's varsity award for her dedication to the basketball program. I want to finish up by saying, I have a quote that I like. I think it's appropriate. And the more I listen to the presenters and the recipients talk about their experience here at Cedar Crest, I think it's perfect. Sir Isaac Newton professed of Plato and Aristotle. If I have seen further than others, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants. And I believe that not only Mary, but everyone that has been inducted tonight, that has been involved in the growth and development of Cedar Crest, you basically raised the bar for all of us as coaches. We have a relatively new and young staff here. We're all energetic. We all want to be champions. And this evening for me has definitely given me a new vision of where I'd like to take the program. And I'm really, really happy to have you guys as a part of what we're trying to do here. So please, 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 don't be a stranger. Come to practice. Come and cheer on our girls. And, I think they would appreciate it. I definitely appreciate being in your presence. So without further ado, please join me as well as everyone else as we celebrate and remember the fond memories of number 33, Mary Gillespie Whalen, wife, mother of 3, and now Hall of Famer.
Well, I want to start by saying that's a tough act to follow. There's some amazing women out there, and your speeches were amazing. I do my thing on the court, so the whole public speaking thing, it's not my thing. But I'm going to give it a shot as I prepare tonight. I would first like to thank all the educational and athletic staff from Cedar Crest College for this amazing honor. I will forever be grateful to all of you. As I stand before you, I think about what basketball means to me. The first thing that comes to my mind is a place where I always felt at home. Playing on the hardwood always made me feel comfortable, confident, and free to be myself. It played a huge role in my life for as long as I can remember. Some of my fondest memories are tagging along with my 2 older brothers, Michael and Patrick, to the junior high court, listening to our boom box while we played some street ball. They never took it easy on me, and I was always determined to beat them. They both taught me to be strong, never give up, and to always stand up for what I believed in. I think I proved myself over the years, and I know my entire family is proud of my accomplishments. My family is like in that table and half that. Next, I would like to thank my parents who consistently supported me in all I do. Without your love and support and dedication, I would have been able to attend college and stand before all of you today. My mother was always my biggest fan, and I could constantly count on her. Seeing her smiling face, cheering for me in the stands, you are such an inspiration to me for your strength, independence, and incredible role model in all aspects of life. That's my mom right there. Next, I would like to say a few words about my teammate, Jen. Jen, raise your hand. I gotta take everybody down with me. I feel you're only as good as the players around you. She played alongside me for 8 long years and always made sure it was clear for me to drive to the basket. When teams thought it was a good idea to double team me, I could always count on Jen to take one of them out, even if it meant she fouled out of the game. Which seemed to happen on a regular basis. But she never complained and would sacrifice herself if it meant bettering the team. She never underestimated my ability and was the best playmaker I could have alongside me. She's the most unselfish player I know, and it was my honor to play with her. Coach Mayer, Coach Kudrich, and Coach Pirelli, I have just a few words to sum up our experience over the years. Coach Mayer is my high school coach right there. Raise your hand. Coach Gracia Pirelli right there. Coach Mark is not here tonight. But I'd like to say to all of them, God bless you all. For putting up with me and never giving up on me. The older I grow, the more self-aware I become, and had to be extremely difficult to coach me at times. You all deserve a huge award for hanging in there. This was not an easy task. Thank you all for always believing in me. Thank you for this amazing honor. I'm truly speechless.
No truer words. You're only as good as the people you're surrounded by. And I'm very fortunate to say I'm surrounded by fantastic alums, a wonderful department that just keeps on going, is right there to support me and everything that we do, a wonderful administration, all the way from the president all the way down. I gotta say, been very supportive of the direction that we're moving this athletic department. I can't thank you enough for being here. Every time that I attend one of these, I learn more and more about the history of Cedar Crest. And that just drives me to achieve more for this department, for our student athletes, to have these experiences that you've shared. At this time, I think it's important that we recognize past inductees. Class of 1994, Doris Cannon, Lori Lutucky. The class of 2013, the 1997 lacrosse team, champion lacrosse team. Gracia's looking at me. Cynthia Bladshot, Gracia Pirelli, Dr. Jane Tyler Ward, Megumi Yokoyama, and Lisa Tanucci Barnett. If any of those individuals are here, would you please stand to be recognized as well as the class of 2013. So just a couple quick announcements that are pretty exciting that I'd like to share with you. I can't go into too much detail, but I want to, set the tone. We're getting ready to embark on a bridge campaign for new outdoor athletic facilities, including a turf field with lights, integrated seating, some form of a bathroom concession stand facility, some tennis courts, and hopefully lights for the softball field as well. So some really exciting stuff that I would like to thank the administration for supporting the bridge campaign that we're getting ready to embark upon. I think it's fantastic that we're supporting this and supporting our current student athletes in their endeavors to excel not only in the classroom, but in the athletic realm as well. So I think that's very exciting. Sorry, I could barely contain myself. So we're very much looking forward to that. More news to come, renderings and stuff, so that's really exciting. I also wanted to put on the agenda here that on October 4th, we'll have our second annual athletic homecoming which this year will be in conjunction with Fall Family Weekend. So it's some tailgating. Once again, the beer truck, that seemed to be a big hit this year. All of our athletic teams are actually at home this year, so it should be a really fun time to get back together and rekindle some of these memories. And then also for next year, April 18th is the Athletic Hall of Fame for next year. Put that on your calendars. We're always looking for nominations, so please forward them to me. Be happy to review them. I'm always in awe. And with that, I'd like to thank Parker's Dining for a wonderful meal this evening. The athletics department for everything that they do. I was down on the softball field until the 11th hour, so I think Laura says, "Where are you? People are starting to arrive." I'm like, I need to shower. It's a little dusty down there at the softball field. Susan Arnold is our VP for Institutional Advancement. Susan Cox, our alumni director. Thank you so much, Susan. I think she screens her calls now. She knows my extension by heart. Deborah Katib in Institutional Advancement. Amy Crum and Shelley Rex